When I first started working with fused glass, I would cut 2 layers of fused glass, assemble the pieces, and do a full firing to melt all of the pieces together into one piece. I would then add the facial features to the base and do a tack firing to attach the glass to the base. Afterwards, I would attach the fused glass to the artwork and end up with a nice piece of artwork. Later, I bought a bandsaw for cutting glass. I realized I could use the bandsaw to simplify the process of fused glass. I could use the saw to make those cuts that would be impossible with a glass cutter. I could take all the pieces and put them in the kiln and do a tack fusing to melt them all together. It was a major time saving, only having to do 1 firing instead of having to do 2. I also was saving on the amount of glass used by only have to use 1 layer of glass. This is an example of how you can use the glass saw to simplify the making of fused glass artwork. You can see right here is where I used the glass saw to cut the legs, the heart, and the ears. And what makes it advantage is I can take all these pieces, put them in the kiln, and just do 1 firing, a tack fuse, where if I was trying to do it the other way, the body, the heart, and the head, I'd have to make 2 layers of glass, do a full fuse, then turn around and add the other pieces to do the tack fusing. So it really simplifies it when you only have to do 1 firing. These are some other examples how you can use the glass sawing to just do 1 firing. You got multiple layers, but it still is just 1 firing, a tack fusing to melt them all together. And this is another example of just a quick taking some pieces, and you'd have to saw cut some of them and just put them in the kiln and do 1 firing. And so it really makes it a lot quicker to do the fused glass when you only have to do the 1 firing, and then instead of doing 2 firings. I did want to show what the difference is between doing just the kiln 1 firing, you doing a tack fuse, and doing 2 firings. This one here, the body was 2 layers of glass. I did a full fuse on it, and then turned around afterwards and tack fused the face on it. And you can see that the glass is a lot thicker than just doing the single pane, doing the tack fuse. And also the edges get rounded more, so you don't have the sharp pointed ears, they're rounded. And so there is a difference, but once again, if you're trying to do something quick, I really think the glass saw and just doing with the 1 firing the tack fuse can give you a nice looking piece of fused glass without the extra work of doing 2 firings. I do have an additional video where I show what I've been doing with these pieces of fused glass. It's a process that I just like to call painting with glass.